Hey, folks, welcome to another adventure in Old Code. Episode 79, let's see what we're doing today. Combat, exclamation mark, dot BAK. Well, sure, I think we're going to have to accept it. All right, let's see what we got here. Hoping my audio sounds a little better today. I'm trying some experiments, but we'll see. So here we go. Let's do this. We'll make this look pretty. This is called combat, exclamation mark, dot BAK. Let us do this. Hey, welcome to another adventure in Old Code. Today we're going to look at something called combat.BAK. I don't know. Welcome to Adventures in Old Code, where we look at old QBasic code that I wrote in high school, and sometimes my brother wrote. And we laugh, we cry, we cringe, but mostly we just hang our heads in shame at the stuff that came out of our brains. So without further ado, let us begin. All right, combat, exclamation mark, dot BAK. So it looks like there's a whole bunch of these kinds of things. Oh, I've got this wrong. I need to look at BAK files. What? There we go. So I don't know if... Okay. This is definitely my brother's program. And... just a second. I'm going to... Yep. Alright, so let's begin. Combat.BAK. Warning, this game contains animated and graphical violence. Press backslash to continue. Why backslash? That's kind of funny. Of all the characters to require to press backslash, it is. Sound on. Well, of course I want this sound on. High level graphical violence, yes or no? I think I'm gonna have to say yes. This is the ninja type guy. He has more moves, he has easier controls, he looks really cool. The disadvantages are he isn't as strong and has less HP. Okay, now you recognize this character if you've seen my previous episodes. This is the quintessential human model that many games used. Many of my brother's games and many of my games used. So there he is. He's a ninja type guy. Okay, backslash. Oh my goodness. Okay, so he can... Okay, so the numpad moves the ninja type guy, and this you press 5 to punch. Must be right up to the opponent, 1 to 5 power. Got it. Enter to kick the opponent in the head. Must be right up to the opponent. I'm guessing that's right next to the opponent, and that has 5 to 10 power. 0. I can jump on the opponent's head. Must be 1 space away from opponent. So I guess you can't be right next to him. If you want to jump on his head, there's got to be a little different distance between you two. And the period, the decimal point is trip the opponent. Must be right above the opponent for power. So basically, all the buttons on the numpad hurt your opponent. Okay. This is the gangster type guy. His advantages are he is stronger, he has more HP, and he has a friggin' chain. The disadvantages, he has less moves and has weirder controls. Okay. Oh my goodness, this looks like a two-player game. So the so the Q to C box actually moves him. He can push Ninja Guy. So you can walk into the Ninja Guy and move him. S is punch. Must be right up to the opponent, 1 to 7 power. Tab or space, you can hit the opponent with the chain and must be right up to the opponent, 7 power. Okay. And this is literally it. So I can move. I'm right now using the numpad. I can put myself here. So this is my punch. Excellent, excellent. And I'm supposed to be able to... 0 does something. What does 0 do? I can't remember. Decimal point does something, and enter. Oh, see, that's my jumping. So I'm back away from him, and I I jump, and you can see him kick. Okay, I think I can trip him. So I'm right above him. Well, no, let's first of all. Okay, so let's punch him. So he has 80 HP, and now he's down to 79. And now he's down to 76. I'm going to try jump. Oh. See, I pressed enter to kick him in the head. That was pretty strong. That was my 0. That's great. So I'm hitting 0, so now I hit 0 again and I can't. So I really, when I'm right next to him and I hit 0, nothing happens. If there's a space, and you can see a little splash of blood there. Oh, lovely. Okay, I can trip the opponent somehow. So I don't see that happening. So let's... No. Let's just kick this guy to death. Oh, I got him in a corner. Oh, man. Okay. So now backslash to end, and that's it. Oh, my goodness. Well, okay. 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 Oh, shoot. I want the sound on. Okay, so backslash, yes, yes, backslash. So the 0 was jumping on his head. T, that decimal did not work. I did not see that work. I must be right above my opponent. Okay, whatever. We're going to do the gangster now, and he's got a punch. Yeah, he's only got 2 things he can do. Punch or hit him with a chain, and both of them he must be right up next to the opponent. Okay, I'm going to move my ninja guy down more to the center, and here I'm going to move my gangster guy. So here's his punch. Oh, see, I have a sound for the ninja guy, but I do not have a sound for the gangster's punch. Now I'm going to hit tab. Ooh. Excellent. So I'm going to go right up next to him and hit tab. Oh, and he totally gets pushed out of the way. So now I'm going to try and push the ninja guy by just walking into him. So I have a higher level of... whoa, what happened? I was above him. I hit X, which is down. and I appear above him. So there must be something. I cannot push him up or down. I can only push him left or right. What's happening? Now I've got myself... Okay, so now I'm going to come here. That was a spacebar maneuver. Okay, and now my ninja guy is going to come and kick him in the head. And then you can just like punch each other. I'm guessing my gangster guy won. And that's it. Okay, very interesting game. Yeah, that is very cool. Okay, well, let's have a look at this, and we'll see how he does this. So we have good guy and big guy. Good guy just draws this guy, and so in much the same way, we start by clearing the screen, and he's got this HLGDFRE. This is, again, for the draw command. So you give the draw command in QBasic. You could say draw starting at this pixel, move up, left, right, or down so many pixels to draw a straight line. It's like keeping your pen on the paper. And then the diagonals, E, F, G, and H. So he liked to have this little legend for himself to refer to when he's drawing his guys. So he'll clear the screen and he'll do a P set and a draw, and then he'll paint an image or the area on the screen, and he'll do all that, and then he'll get him. So we're going to end the program here. So we draw the guy, we do a stamp, we get him in an image stamp, a variable that we can put anywhere. So that's great. And then we're going to draw him. He hasn't labeled these, so... Oh, but he's called the variable name guy1 punch. So here we go. There's him punching. Very beautiful. Clear the screen, and then we'll draw him one more time when he's kicking. And there's his, there's his elongated kick here. Okay. So that's great. So we draw them, we save them, then we whoops, I forgot to go through these. Obviously the random number generator, randomizing the timer. Here's all the variables. And then we go into screen 12. Then we do the good guy. Then we clear the screen. Then we're going to draw the bad guy. And this he's stolen from another program, which I can't remember the name of it, but he drew a bunch of... This was a bad guy in another one of his programs anyway, so we've seen this whole thing before. This is the same thing. Ooh. Interesting. He's got some commented out stuff. So let's have a look here. That's the guy whipping his chain. But what do these do? Oh. There's like a yellow square behind his head. Okay. Obviously doesn't work there. Which is why he got rid of it. Okay, and then after we do that, then we... Warning! This game contains animated graphical violence. And so, see, the problem in QBasic is when you ask for input, and there are various ways to capture input, and some of them don't play nicely. Some of them build up keyboard buffers, so if you press a button too long, it actually registers for the next time you ask for a key press, and so you can miss entire screens of information. This was the sort of the safe, yeah, this was the safe way. So you're telling the user to press the backslash button, and I assumes because that's the least intuitive button that you could ask a user to press, and so they definitely won't press this by mistake. We're changing the color to 15, which is bright white, and we're asking for input. We get one input from the keyboard, and we loop until its ASCII code is 92. And I mean, we already know the answer, but what is 92? 92 is right here. It's the backslash. Beautiful. Okay, so he didn't have to, like, again, he could have just said this. Like, that would have worked too. But it's more, I don't know, you learn one way and you never do anything different. What's the point? The way you have works. Not the best advice for writing code in general, but when you're in high school writing video games, it's certainly fine. Okay, so then we ask for sound on or off. Store that in SO string and print the high level of graphical violence, yes or no. And this gets stored into BLD string, which I'm sure is supposed to stand for blood. And then we do moves. So moves puts the ninja guy, gives us his information, loop until, again, we hit backspace, then put the guy, like this is just putting all the stuff on the screen. Keep looping until we hit backspace. Okay, so now that we've understood the rules of this game, then we see this funky thing, and this we talked about ages ago. This is the representation of the screen in 60 pixel blocks, because that is the size of a cell in this game. Each cell 60 by 60. So if you wanted to move him forward 2 cells, he'd be at pixel 120 on the x coordinate. He just liked to include this in his games, although you never needed anything past 480, but that's okay. Okay, now we get into the meat of this program. X and Y are 0. XX and YY are 300 and 360. So I believe X and Y are the coordinates of the ninja guy, and the XX and YY are the coordinates of the gangster guy. H would be the hit points of the ninja guy, and HH would be the hit points of the gangster guy. Why he didn't call this gangster HP, I don't know. All right, clear the screen, print tab. So tab is the function that moves the print position when used in the print or lprint statements. So yeah, this just says, rather than, you want to move the cursor to column 25 to draw the HPs of the guys, because they were in the middle of the screen. The hit points, this tabs over, like harkens back into the days of the typewriters. Goodness me. The typewriters. You would tab over to column 25 and then print H in HH. Then we put at XY the good guy 1 and XXYY guy 2, and we ask for input. Now what's going to happen is every time through the loop, because this is your game loop, you're going to get a single character inputted. And the input string stops and waits. So this is not going to execute if no key is pressed. But this also means that only one guy can move at a time. This isn't it's not going to process multiple inputs at a time. So either the ninja guy is going to have a movement or a command accepted, or the gangster guy is. They can't do things truly at the same time, but that doesn't really matter because it goes fast enough. Okay, so if the ASCII code of the character that you hit was 50. So 50 is 2. And so that's the number pad. That's going to move the ninja guy down. Okay. So he's going to move down, and that's accomplished by y equals y plus 30. So before, when I said these are 60 by 60 cells, it's even more hilarious because these are actually 30 by 30 cells. And so his screen representation of all the cells in increments of 60 are kind of meaningless, but that's okay. So this will move the guy down. Y values increase in the downwards direction because this isn't a true Cartesian coordinate. Cartesian coordinate quadrant. So this is kind of, if you hit 54 and your x value is less than xx, then add 30. So 54, and I really wish he would have just used the actual strings here, is 6. This is the ninja guy trying to move right, but only if he's to the left of the gangster guy. Now this is curious. This doesn't actually... Does he have any other instance of 54 here? Wow, no, this isn't... I don't think he does. So what this tells me is the ninja guy can move to the right only if he's to the left of the gangster guy. Doesn't matter his vertical position. Well, let's try that out. I'm quite curious. I don't think I did sound. Problem is I'm hitting the backslash button when it's asking me yes or no for sound, and because there wasn't a validation on the input, the sound on variable becomes backslash, and I'm kind of thinking it needs to be Y in order for me to get sound, but okay. Well, let's see. If I punch, yeah, I don't have any sound anymore. Okay, so apparently all I can do, I'm hitting right, I can't go past. So the gangster guy creates an invisible wall. See, I'm trying to move right. So the gangster guy can box in the ninja guy quite efficiently, because now I can't. That's curious. Can I move up? Yes, I can. I just can't move to the right. I can't go past the gangster guy. Well, that's very curious. Okay. If I'm trying to go down and I'm greater than 0, oh no, that's up. If I'm trying to go up and I'm currently not at the top, then go up. Similarly, going to the left, as long as I'm not at the edge of the screen. Okay, so if I hit 51, 51 is 3. Oh, right, these are the diagonals. So 3 is going to move me down and to the right all in one go. And again, I have to do the bounds check because I can't go off the screen. And because I'm trying to move right, I have to make sure I'm to the left of the gangster. Otherwise, 57 is probably up and to the right. So again, we need to check the gangster's x-coordinate to make sure we're allowed to move. 55 is going to be to the left and up. Okay, and then to the left and down. So those are the ninja guy's moves. Now if he hits 5, then we're going to clear the entirety of the screen, which is why we keep seeing all these blinks everywhere. Every time a button's pressed, the whole screen gets cleared. And then we put an image of the guy one punching. So that's the ninja guy punching. Then we have to draw the gangster guy because we erased him when we cleared the screen. Then we do a little wait, which we're gonna increase here. Okay, empty for loop just waits for a little while. Now if y equals yy and xx minus x equals 30. So the way he's decided to test if you're right next to the gangster guy is to take the difference of your x-coordinates. And if it's 30, you know that the gangster guy is one space to the right of the ninja guy, in perfect position to punch him. If that's the case, then decrease the gangster guy's health by randomly between 1 and 5. And if the sound on, here we go, equals y, then play this wonderful little tune, which we've seen before in other programs. So you like to use that. Otherwise, we actually wait, and yeah, because we still want to show him punching, but nothing happens, and we don't want to play a sound, I guess. Oh, no, we'll play a sound even if we're not next to him. It's just he won't get his hit points decreased if we're not next to him. Okay, so that happens when we hit 5. If we hit 13, which is enter, I know that one, then what has to happen is that, so oh man, that's interesting. So if we hit enter and we're not 2 spaces away from him, because remember the cells are 30 pixels wide. So if we're not 2 spaces away and we are not at the very top of the screen, that's what y is 0. So basically there's room in front of us to jump, and where we land, the bad guy isn't there, the gangster guy. Then we're going to make a decision. But first, we're going to clear the screen because that's important. So if the 2 guys are at the same y coordinate and we're right next to each other, and the gangster guy, who's at this point the one getting kicked, is equal to 570, so pretty close to the edge of the right edge of the screen, then ninja guy moves to the right and up. Gangster guy moves down. Did we see that? So if I put the gangster guy, yes sound, yes graphical violence. Okay, if I put the gangster guy right at the edge of the screen, and now I'm going to move the ninja guy. Here I go. and I'm right next to him. I'm on the same y coordinate as him, and now I'm going to hit enter. Maybe I'll move to the left one. Now try it again. Okay, so when I kick him, he moves backwards. See, he moves backwards, but only until the edge of the screen. And that's why this special if statement, to check if he's at 570, because he's just going to stay in place, and I'm just going to kick him in the head, and he's going to die. But it shows me punching, but I didn't actually ever punch, so that's interesting. Okay, so that's what's going on there. I just need to keep track of the time here. Let's see if we can get through this. So we're going to show blood. Oh, boy. Yeah. You know, I think I'm going to have to come back to this because this is going longer than I thought. So, thanks for joining me in this adventure. We are not done, so we will come back to this. Have a good day, wash your hands, and stay healthy. We'll see you next time.